Tyler Glass now is 20-some years old. He's not too bad. He had a rough go at it last year, but he's been pitching pretty well this year. Clayton Kershaw, everybody knows him. He's definitely a very good pitcher. So anyway, Tyler Glass now this season he's 5-1 with an ERA of 4.08, 57.1 innings pitched, and he had 91 strikeouts, which is I think is pretty good on 57 innings. So 57.1 innings, not too bad. So his postseason stats, to give it a little bit of a reference, he's 2-3. He's only been in the league for a few years, so he's 2-3 with an ERA of 5.47, 26 innings pitched, and he's got 33 Ks. So he's got a pretty decent strikeout ratio. His ERA, I think, is a little high, and his loss record is what it is, mainly because he had that one really bad blowout inning last year where he was tipping pitches to the Astros. Although, I mean, I guess people thought maybe somebody thinks that they were cheating last year as well. No proof, so that's just allegedly. So Clayton Kershaw, like I said, everybody knows this guy. 3-time Cy Young winner. He was an MVP, I think, once. He's just almost a lights-out pitcher sometimes. He's not the same Clayton Kershaw that he was in the past, but he's still fairly good. This year, 6-2 with an ERA of 2.16, which is quite good. 58.1 innings pitched and 62 Ks. So he's got almost 30 less strikeouts than Tyler Glass now. So he's definitely not leading the charge with the strikeouts. Now, his postseason stats, I personally have not followed Clayton Kershaw's career, so I don't necessarily know why his postseason stats are so bad. But he's 11-12 with an ERA of 4.31. Total 177.1 innings pitched and 193 strikeouts. So his strikeout ratio, I guess, isn't all that bad. But I will say, for a guy that's 175 and 76 on his career, it doesn't appear as though he pitches well in the playoffs. With that being said, he got his team to the playoffs, and he's pitching, I think it's 600 baseball. So 697. So his win-loss record is pretty good. And he has got a career ERA of 2.43, which also I think is pretty good. So nothing too bad about that, 4.31 ERA. The bad part about it is, I guess, he doesn't pitch well in the playoffs, which is when it kind of matters. So anyway, keys to the game, at least this is my opinion, keys to the game for the Rays, they got to get the bats going. Glass now is likely going to give up a few runs. He's probably going to give up a few homers. And his walk percentage is much higher, is a little bit higher than Kershaw. So they really need to get their bats going. They got a few guys on their team that aren't hitting the ball well. Or I shouldn't even say they're not hitting the ball well. They're not hitting the ball at all. No, so they can't. Lau, that guy needs to definitely start hitting. Then another one, they cannot rely solely on Randy Arozarena. He's essentially, not completely, but he's kind of carried their team up to this point, and a couple of key home runs here and there. He has definitely been the spark that they needed. So keys to the game for the Dodgers. They're batting. They need to attack Glass now. The kid throws hard. When I was watching him against the Yankees and watching him against the Astros, he's definitely hitting in the hundreds. He's got a pretty nasty curveball, but he has walked 22 batters this season, and he's given up 11 home runs. So as long as the Dodgers can get some walks, maybe Bellinger, Mookie Betts, maybe those guys can pop a few homers off, I think maybe the Dodgers have the chance to win. But the Dodgers, they have the bats to score the runs. These guys are quite good. Mookie Betts, Seager, Muncy. These guys, the Dodgers have the team to do it. So they just need to actually make it happen. If they can get Kershaw a bit of a cushion and he can relax, I think the Dodgers will be able to pull it out. And then the last thing, they need to hold that lead. If they get it early, they need to hold it. So both pitchers are coming off of a loss in their last start. And with this being Game 1 of the World Series, I think that they'll both be pretty hungry. I don't know if Kershaw is still nursing that injury that he had that postponed his last start, but we'll see if that plays a role in what's going on. Personally, I think I'm looking at Glass now going 5.2, maybe 6.1 innings. And then I'm looking at Kershaw going five innings. I think he's going to go 5 innings on the dot. He's going to give up a few runs and he's going to get taken out. I think he's going to give up 3 to 4, and then at that point he's going to get taken out. My score prediction is going to be 6-3, the Rays. So we'll see if that happens. I'll see if I can do some research on tomorrow night's game as well once the pitching rotation comes out, and we'll see how it goes.